What's up, guys? You're watching Boy TV, and we are back with another reaction. Today we'll be reacting to Still Crazy After All These Years by Paul Simon. This was suggested by a patron, so you know how to check it out. I always enjoy reacting to Paul Simon and his deep messages. If you are a returning viewer to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. There are 100,000 of you guys that watch my videos and return to my videos, but over 85% of you guys are not subscribed. I know it can be easy to forget because my videos just pop up. I do the same thing sometimes. If this is your first time to the channel, I am new to the rock genre, exploring the mini classic rabbit holes, having a blast. If you want to join me on that journey, take a second to scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a video when I post. It helps out the channel tremendously. And if you guys are interested in exclusive content or you want to ensure that I react to your suggestion, definitely consider checking out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. I have tons of reactions to classic songs that got blocked here from YouTube, songs that I know you guys would enjoy. That being said, let's get right into this video.
I met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled, and we talked about some old times, and we drank ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old familiar ways, and I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. 4 in the morning, crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. I never worry, why should I? It's all gonna fade.
Oh.
Now I sit by my window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day, but I would not be convicted by jury of my peers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy. Still crazy. Still crazy after all these years.
Man, beautiful song from Paul Simon. I just love this guy's voice. It's just so delicate, but so like pure. It's so like delicate, but strong at the same time. And the way his voice just glides over this track was outstanding. It's really a treat to hear him sing. This song was really slow burn. I love that kind of crescendo it did around like the 120 mark. All the instruments just kind of swelled up to that moment and he started singing louder and, you know, projecting more. The violins, the flutes, everything. It was really just a great moment moment in the song. Love that sax solo in the middle there. I definitely wasn't expecting that. The middle section of this song was just fun with like the flutes kind of like accentuating his voice, just adding a little flares here and there. The violins were doing the same as well. The composition on this song was just really good. It felt like the instruments were telling a story of their own. Love the drums on this song, and I really enjoy the keyboard throughout. This song definitely went places that I didn't think it would go. I thought it was gonna be like simple and slow the whole time, but they got really complex there in the middle with all the instruments. Really awesome stuff. Now let's check out the lyrics on this song. He said, I met my old lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me. I just smiled and we talked about some old times and we drank ourselves some beers. So he's kind of setting the scene here. Him and his ex kind of randomly bump into each other on the street. So I guess it had been a while and they wanted to catch up. So they went into a bar, got some drinks, talked about some old memories. So you can visualize this scene really well. I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this type of thing. Obviously, whatever reason they kind of parted ways wasn't that like serious or deep because they were both open to hanging out. He said she was happy to see him and he smiled. The chorus goes, still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. So right there, he's kind of reflecting on the interaction. Maybe he's thinking about himself, maybe he's thinking about her, but both of them are still crazy. So they just haven't changed that much even after all this time has passed. Maybe he still sees the things that attracted him to her, you know, way before, and that indicates to him that his mindset hasn't really changed all that much. He could also be saying this because like maybe when they were talking, whatever reason they broke up kind of sparked back up again, and maybe they briefly went back and forth over it again, which shows they still have the same mindset about it, which kind of shows that their ways of thinking have persisted over time. Next verse he says, I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old familiar ways, and I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. So he's kind of describing himself as like a creature of habit. He tends to keep to himself. He keeps the same general routine. And he's also saying that he's like emotionally closed off in a way, or he's just not quick to like tap into his emotions. He said, I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. So he probably tends to lean more to the logical side of things rather than the emotional. Next verse he says, 4 in the morning, crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. I'll never worry. Why should I? It's all gonna fade. So this mindset is not quite a you only live once, you know, live life to the fullest type of thing. He's more just like, there's no real reason to worry about stuff because all this will be gone someday at some point. I'm not gonna waste my time worrying over temporal things. I'll just kind of go with the flow, roll with the punches. So once again, kind of reiterating that he doesn't really let his emotions influence him. Last verse I'll go over, he says, now I sit by my window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day, but I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. So once again, he's kind of emphasizing that he lives like a quiet, you know, isolated life, but he understands that there are some like, you know, pent up things inside of him that may cause him to lash out one day. He said, I fear I'll do some damage one fine day, but I won't be convicted by a jury of my peers. So maybe he's saying it'll be self-defense, but it will still be him unleashing on someone, or maybe he's talking about a different type of damage that won't like, you know, take him to a court of law. Maybe emotional damage, not quite sure. But this kind of fits, you know, the theme of the song of still being crazy, which is maybe why his love interest didn't work out, why he chooses not to socialize, why he steers away from his emotions. He knows that that crazy is kind of, you know, lying dormant within him and it could potentially come out. So this song is kind of like analyzing himself as a person. Man, this song was definitely deep as per usual. You guys let me know what your interpretation of this song is. This was a great song, great recommendation from you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll catch you guys on the flip.